Nolan, Chelsea have only lost one of their last 11 games in all competitions. Does it feel like that? No, not at all. I think it's because of the inconsistency of both performances from the game against Manchester United to the game yesterday. They were in control of the game in the second half when they got level, and then they just let Sheffield United back into it. They take the foot off the gas, they start vacating positions, and they start making pointless runs, if I'm being completely honest, and then they lose their shape and they allow Sheffield United to come back into the team. In all fairness, Sheffield United deserved the draw. They were really positive yesterday in the way they went after the game, but it was almost like they sensed that this is a vulnerable Chelsea, that there are going to be chances afforded to you. If you take them opportunities, you can capitalize on them. They're not quite where they want to be. One of the reasons for that, Nolan, you would say Nolan put it in using that phrase about a lack of maturity, but then you look at the age of all the players, you think, well, yes, because they're not very mature. They're all really young apart from Thiago Silva, and that is what you get. It's literally straight there, isn't it? If you get young players, they're not going to be very mature. No, you're right, and you will get inconsistencies, which we've seen all season. Inconsistency, not just from week to week, but within a game, like Steven said, looked in control, and then Sheffield United come back into the game. And I think that's a frustrating thing for a lot of Chelsea fans, is they watch the performance against Manchester United where it's last minute, and you think, wow, how many times have we said, is that the turning point for Chelsea? And then the week after they go and draw or lose or they drop points. I think that's probably the frustrating thing. But they are a young team. They are learning, they are developing, they are a work in progress. I think the words that we've probably used every week came from a Chelsea perspective. So yeah, we're seeing individual sort of moments of quality and brilliance. I know, Cole Palmer sort of played in that 10 role yesterday, and he's been outstanding this season. We've seen other parts like that where we've praised certain players and certain instances, but it is about just trying to get that consistency. And I know Pochettino said, well, he probably wants his players in. So that's, again, going to take time when he's got his squad that will play the way that he wants to play. Just to stay with you, Sue, about talking about their former manager, Graham Potter, who's been linked with a move to Ajax. I'm sure you understand that he's turned down that opportunity. What do you see as the next move for him? It's difficult, isn't it? I think, obviously he did such a good job at Brighton, then goes to Chelsea where it didn't quite work out for him. You wonder, is he waiting for a certain role to come up, a certain management position? So yeah, it's quite interesting that he clearly doesn't think that that's the right opportunity for him at this moment in time. Sorry, no, I was just going to say, it just depends on what the terms of the job are as well. We know Ajax have lost a lot of players. Are the funds there to go out and buy players? Is there an opportunity to progress the squad? I think it's interesting, isn't it, that when you get to a certain point of management, if you'd have said, setting out in your role as a manager, there is the potential to manage Ajax, would you do it? For a coach like him, it seems like actually not a bad thing. That's what I mean, it's almost that philosophy of everything behind the scenes would be perfect for him. They're a phenomenal club and it's just like, well, what are you thinking? Is it what's going on behind the scenes that just doesn't quite fit in with what you want and what you need? I find it very interesting that he's not gone for that. Probably doesn't help when you lose your last game 6-0 either. It doesn't sell the job to you, does it? No, not at all.